Hello there. So, a lot of you may know that one of the series that I got into in the last few years since I've had Netflix was Stranger Things. What you might not know is that another series that I got into watching was called 13 Reasons Why. Season 1, as many of you might be aware, told the story of the progression of Hannah Baker and why she said that she took her own life. Another side of the story was told in season 2, whereas the gaps were filled in to the bits of the story that she didn't tell. I have put a card up at the beginning of the video to let you know that there will be major spoilers for the new season that's just come out, although I believe that those who want to watch it will probably have binge watched it by now. Season 3 takes a departure from the whole Hannah Baker story, and though she is mentioned, we are actually introduced to a new girl who tells us all to refer to her as Arnie. Larger focus is paid on Tyler Down, who was initially one of the people that Hannah Baker blamed for the progression of what caused her to take her own life. However, during the closing period of season 2, a character going by the name of Montgomery De La Cruz sexually assaulted Tyler in the boys' bathroom at the school. By this I mean that although it wasn't fully shown to you, he entered a broom handle or a mop handle into Tyler Down and sexually assaulted him after he and two other boys had hit his head against a sink and then stuck his head down the toilet. Tyler's response to this initially happened at the spring fling in the April that Arnie first started attending the school. Arnie, as you might not be aware, he ends up having to reveal that she is living in the home of Bryce Walker, who is the person who is most responsible for Hannah Baker having taken her life and for the sexual assault on Jessica Davies, played by Alicia Bow. Tyler and Jessica have both now been the victim of a sexual assault, but I believe that how boys and girls react to such a thing is different. And Tyler, for the majority of the season 3, does not tell anybody or does not say that he has told anybody that he was the victim of this sexual assault by Montgomery De La Cruz and his two buddies. It is revealed over time that Arnie is recounting the story of everybody or most people involved in Hannah Baker's suicide and the tapes that she left saying that it was their fault and the trial etc. that happened whereby Bryce Walker got 3 months in probation and Justin Foley, who was the boyfriend of Jessica Davies at the time that this original sexual assault happened, apparently is considered to have let it happen. So there is a big thing that leads up to a fight that is discussed throughout season 3 that happened during the homecoming game between Hillcrest, where Bryce Walker ended up going to school, and Liberty High. A protest that was led by Casey Ford and Jessica Davies, and Arnie was also there, and they basically got red paint, and were putting it all over their bodies, and the protest was part of a group project that they set up called Hands Off Our Bodies. It is a huge departure from the original first two seasons, in that Hannah Baker, although mentioned, and even her mum makes a cameo appearance towards the end of the season, this is largely Tyler Down and Jessica Davies' story, and also the story of trying to show a more human side to Bryce Walker, and how Bryce Walker is trying to change for the better, having sexually assaulted both Hannah Baker and prior to that Jessica Davies. I don't necessarily think that it was a good idea to have had a season 3, especially considering how big a departure it is. The focus is also on Clay Jensen and Clay Jensen's involvement, and the twist at the end of the season whereby the reveal of who Arnie says killed Bryce Walker. In case you don't know, Bryce Walker ends up dead about midway through the show. He's discovered to be dead, and who actually killed him is obviously revealed in the last episode. Major spoiler warning coming up right now in case you haven't seen it. This is the biggest spoiler that I'm going to give you. Who actually killed Bryce Walker was Alex Standall. Alex Standall had attempted to take his own life at the end of season 1, and a lot of focus was put on his recovery in season 2 as part of the group of 13 people that were considered responsible for Hannah Baker's death by Hannah Baker and by her family, who also went through the process of blaming the school for not protecting her enough, including Mr. Porter, who was the school counsellor at the time. I have watched seasons 1 and 2 over again, and I don't think that that Mr. Porter was in as much fault as the other people. He's kicking himself, thinking that he could have done more, he could have asked better questions and stuff, but you can't make somebody admit that they were raped by someone else, or that they know that they were, and go to the police and their parents and everything. So I'm in an awkward position taking two different sides of things here. But season 3 is focused on Arnie, who lives in Bryce Walker's house and is involved with all these people against her mother's wishes. People that don't seem to be focused on. Sherry isn't in it at all, from what I can see. Her usefulness seems to have expired from having helped Justin Foley supposedly get clean. So yes, Bryce Walker is dead, and there is apparently going to be a season 4. So season 4 will focus on the unravelling of the story that was left by Arnie, that Montgomery De La Cruz is responsible for Bryce Walker being dead, because the very last scenes of the show depicted a scene with Arnie and a guy called Winston, who Bryce and Montgomery met at a party, who Montgomery was actually with all night the night of Bryce Walker's murder. So those are all the cards that are on the table right now. It's all going to unravel. Arnie will probably be back. Clay will definitely be back. All the main players that are still in the show will be back. There's a chance for Bryce Walker to be there in more flashbacks. Hannah certainly isn't going to be in any more of it because her story was done by the end of season 2. Clay said, "I love you and I let you go." So we're now going to basically see what's going to happen. There could have been more spoilers from this, but I think I've spoiled a few bits and pieces, including who the actual killer was, and I want to get this uploaded now. So I'll get this uploaded, and if there's any more to be said in future in regards to things around the spring fling, the homecoming, Alex, Standal, and all the other characters, I'll get back to you. But I know in the next year or two, both season 4 of Stranger Things and season 4 of 13 Reasons Why will probably be coming out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!